Knowing the World Philosophers. The Six Wise Men. The Temple Garden of Philosophy in Nakano City is a philosophical theme park created at the beginning of the 20th century by the philosopher and founder of Toyo University,井上円了. In the park, there are 77 garden features expressing井上円了's philosophy. By wandering around the garden, the visitor may learn to think and contemplate about things in a philosophical way. This series of 22 videos will introduce all 77 features of the Temple Garden of Philosophy. In video number 7, we will introduce the Pagoda of the Six Wise Men and the Kobold Pine, both of which are in the World Philosophers Zone. The Pagoda of the Six Wise Men is a 3-storied building in hexagonal form, which immediately catches the eye of the visitor. In the pagoda, 6 wise men from the east are enshrined. They are Zhuangzi and Zushi from China, Nagarjuna and Kapira from India, and Shotoku Taishi and Sugawara no Michizane from Japan. Opening the door to the pagoda, there are stairs in front of us. Climbing up the stairs, amulets of various shrines and temples are on display, which Endio has collected on his nationwide travels. On the second floor, there are tablets hanging down from the ceiling showing the portraits of the 6 wise men. In the center, there used to hang a bell with their names engraved in it. Zhuangzi was a philosopher who was born 400 before the Common Era in China. He is considered as one of the founders of Taoism. Zushi was a philosopher who was born during the Song dynasty in the 12th century. He systemized the Confucian thought and is known as the founder of Neo-Confucianism. Nagarjuna was an Indian Buddhist monk who lived in the 2nd century of the Common Era. He is the founding figure of Mahayana Buddhism. Kapila was an Indian philosopher who lived around 300 before Common Era. He is the founder of one of the 6 schools of classical Indian philosophy, which is called Samkhya. Shotoku Taishi was a wise prince who lived during the Asuka period of the 6th century. He had deep faith in Buddhism and integrated it, next to Shintoism, into the Japanese nation. Sugawara no Michizane was a wise man born in the 9th century during the Heian period. At this time, he was an aristocrat and politician. Today, he is commonly worshipped as a deity of scholarship. Next to the pagoda of the 6 wise men, there was once a high pine tree growing about which the verse existed. One tree above all, on peaceful Paddy Hill. It's the Kobold Pine. The pine was a pair to the ghost apricot, standing next to the Universe Hall. The story says how blood was dripping from the tree, and a kobold intruded when the pine was about to be cut down. According to this folktale, at the roof of the pagoda of 6 wise men, there are tiles showing the face of the kobold. In the next video about the Knowing the World Philosopher Zone, we will introduce 3 Japanese philosophers who are commemorated by the 3 Erudites Arbor.